deal. Perfect timing, bro.
It's an awkwardly silent room right now.
My chair just broke. I need to fix it. I really don't want
to really
fall
silent
over.
eye contact.
Until he is good, we're gonna get started.
I'm good.
Right. So we're gonna start with Down and Nerdy podcast. You can go ahead.
I can talk now. Hey guys, how's it going?
Yes. What's up? Hey, what's up? That was really. This is a refreshing moment
Okay,
for me.
yeah, and it's kind of opens it up a little bit. So this was actually for the both of you. Obviously, Kinsey has no idea what's going on with Gabe or Eden. Of course, we don't want to spoil anything, but how difficult is it going to be to keep that secret throughout the season?
Ooh, I think that's fun of the season is that question. Because obviously the audience knows something that Kinsey doesn't. So every single scene that involves her and Gabe or her and Eden has a very, anxious and anxiety-inducing undertone of like, will he, will she, is this going to be the moment? How long can this go on? And it's definitely a big challenge. Gabe's got a lot riding against him because Eden is a bit more reckless than he is, but they're definitely both reckless. And it's hard to keep that stuff covered up and leave no traces.
Eden wants to just go in there, do the thing, and get over with it. So, but.
Awesome.
So
Thanks,
it'll be
guys.
hard to answer your question. It's going to be hard.
It sounds like it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, James.
Thank you, James. Next up, we'll go to Fanversation.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
I want to know, you're both essentially playing demons this season. How hard is it to play a demon, but also to like keep the humanity alive in there when you're being essentially an evil demon?
I don't know. It's interesting because I would say it's not hard. It is a challenge, but I think it's every actor's kind of goal to take on challenges. And this is a really exciting one. It's a fun one. You get to dive into something that's not normal. It's out of the ordinary. And, that's what excites me personally as an actor, is getting to try new things and learning something. And I definitely learned a lot from this one. So even if it was hard, I would more call it just a really fun challenge.
Yeah, the writing kind of gave us the playground, and then running through it and just kind of jumping to wherever we landed was a lot of fun and a big challenge, as Griffin said. But it was nice to work on something that was more than just the popular girl at school, especially for me. Just playing something that's a little bit, or not a little bit, a lot more extreme in so many different ways was a lot of fun.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next up, we're going to move to freelance.
I'm going to guess that means me. Mr.
Yes,
Griffin.
Hello.
Can you tell me, specifically for this role, how do you get yourself into the headspace that you need to be in to play this role?
That's a great question. As weird as this might sound, it's not something that I thought about quite all too often while shooting, was getting in the right headspace. Gabe is such like a multi-dimensional character that he's never just one thing at any given time. He is a demon, but he's been in this world for so long. He's taken this shape, this form, and he's starting to live in the human world. And I think you'll notice during this season, this isn't necessarily a spoiler, but he sort of struggles internally, or at least this is how I saw it, with the issue of being human at the same time. It's not a major plot point or anything, but in the back of my mind, that's sort of how I always saw it, was this guy is evil personified, but he's more than that. So a lot of it was just being as menacing and scary as possible, because I think that's what the exciting thing is in a lot of these scenes, is the sort of the fear and the anxiety that you get from having a literal demon around. So that was mostly where my brain was at, was, be as scary as possible, be menacing, be strong and powerful. But getting into that headset, I think happens kind of naturally because, we are human. We're not demons. We're just actors. And, you get to add a little bit of that into the character if you want to, just some sense or spark of humanity just comes out naturally. I hope that answered your question. I'm not sure. It might have been a little convoluted.
No, that was perfect. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's go back to Down and Nerdy podcast.
Alrighty, this one again for the both of you guys. We actually see this on in the trailer a little bit, so it's not really a spoiler, but it seems like your characters really aren't the best of friends, not great allies. It doesn't seem like so. Can you guys tell us anything about their conflict? And is it just two strong personalities in the room, or is it going to be a little more than that?
Yeah, it's kind of like two alpha wolves trying to get something that they both want. Yet one of them is more experienced, and which is Gabe Dodge. And then there's Eden, who is very much like a baby demon in ways. But obviously there's been the summer where she's kind of like, I don't know if like Gabe locked her in a house and made sure she didn't go and ruin everything for him. But she's a growing demon and trying to like figure out her things, but she's a very independent, headstrong character as well. So she doesn't like being pushed down by Gabe.
If I can piggyback off of that, I think something that we talked about a lot and have talked about a lot is that sort of the dynamic that we chose, and we had a lot of conversations beforehand about this, was I think we settled on the idea that Eden's sort of a dog that's been beaten, by its owner a bunch of times. And, I think Gabe having this control, this power, and, the battle between the power dynamic, she wants it and I have it. And in that sense, because I'm an echo and I have a little bit more power than her, I can kind of, put her in her place on occasion. And the thing with, if a beaten dog is it'll put its ears back and its tail between its legs when it has to, so that it doesn't get a beating. But, you hit one too many times and that dog's going to bite back. And I think that's sort of the dynamic that we see with Eden and Gabe.
And you guys do awesome with it too. Thank you for that.
Thank you,
James.
Okay, Fanversation.
Hello again.
Hi. So we get introduced to a few new keys in season 2. Do you have a favorite key from the second season?
From the second season specifically that we can mention right now?
Yeah.
Are we allowed to mention season 2 keys?
Is that like a thing? Or
Great question.
Can we get confirmation on that? Just, is this coming
I
out
would love
before or
to answer
after
with
the
a
show
real-
comes out?
I can hold this till after.
Okay, well
Okay.
then, unless someone immediately
Unless
tells
someone
me not
wants to
say,
speak up right
I'm
now.
talking about spoilers right now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wow. I think the wings key is like really, really cool.
Yeah.
Power of flight. I mean, how many times have you looked at a bird flying through the sky and just been like, man, I wish I could fly. This key lets you do that. That's really fun. I think that's almost more fun than the Anywhere key.
That's always been my favorite key since I read the comic books, because I just find it so beautiful. And also, yeah, like how often have I looked at birds? I have like a little bird tattoo. Like, I wish I could fly. But it's actually an interesting little point is that in season 1, Kinsey goes down into the caves with the Savini squad. And if anyone with a sharp eye noticed, she had 2 wings on her jacket. That was a foreshadowing for second season. So it's really cool to see Kinsey play with that in the second season. But yeah, that is a spoiler. So don't let anyone know until after the 23rd.
Okay, for sure. I think we just wait, what does that mean? Non-spoiler keys.
Okay, they've been shown. And also the chain.
So you mean
key.
forget what we just talked about? Is that what that means?
All good. Continue on. But let's focus on these 2 keys.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
Whoops.
Okay. I
I
mean,
feel
we
like Mark
asked.
Ruffalo. I feel like Mark
Yeah.
Ruffalo right now.
I feel like she won't put that out until after. Good person. The Hercules key, the chain
Small
key
world
was
key.
released. The small world key was released. I mean, no one really knows what that key is that ends the trailer. That's like the big one. We won't
I
say
don't
right now.
honestly. The small world key does not seem that interesting to me. I mean, like to have in real life.
Yeah. I mean, can you take things? What I always wondered, I mean, yeah. I always wondered was, could you take something like out? Could you take like a person out of the small world
No,
house? And then would they be like little ant people?
you know what? Tune in to Lock and Key seasons 2 and 3 to maybe have your question answered.
I'm wondering because I'm just like,
I don't know either.
I don't know. Good question.
Are we?
Are they?
Yeah, we still
I'm
going here?
wondering if we said something that's too spoilery and they're like holding everyone up in the other room being like, don't say anything about that. Sign this NDA contract.
I have no clue. I guess we'll find out and hope in any moment.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the next one with Mike from Freelance Clownfish.
Freelance clownfish.
All right. My second question for Ms. Jones. What did you take away from this as an actor from this season? What specifically do you think you improved upon yourself after this whole experience?
My my trust in myself. The trust that if faced with challenges, that I will meet them. I have a lot of anxiety over things like that, like I would be up late at night just overthinking a scene the next day, and then we would do the scene and it was great and it was fun, and the great thing about this production was it was so supportive. But I learned a lot, and the other huge thing I learned was that joy brings joy, and being on set and just like getting close with the crew, being really friendly, and like just having a good time on set brought one of the best experiences as an actor. Just experiencing being on set and playing this fun character with such an incredible crew. So yeah, those were my two things.
Thank you very much.
Okay, and we can circle back again to Down and Nerdy Podcast.
All right.
Hello again.
Griffin, this one's for you, my friend. So we know that Dodge needs Kinsey, or at least it seems that way, Gabe/Dodge. But, kind of playing a very dangerous game there. But anybody with eyes can see that Kinsey, the whole Kinsey Scott thing, isn't exactly over. So do you think that's going to become an issue at some point?
Breaking my heart here with this question, James. No, I'm, I think that's a major part of the show is that love triangle. And, personally, I like Gabe and Kinsey together, gotta say. But I know a lot of people like Scott and Kinsey together. Look, it's fine. Choose whichever side you want. This is Edward versus Jacob all over again. But yeah, it's definitely a major plot point this season. And I don't know how many people would really want to date. I don't know how many people want to be in manipulative and toxic relationships. Better yet, I don't know how many people want to be in a relationship with a demon. So I think if she, I'm going to say this in a very broad spectrum way to not spoil anything. If she or when she finds out Gabe's a demon, we'll see what that leads to.
And good luck with that, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah. Need it. I need it. Got a lot riding against me.
Thank you, James. We just had the Firewire join. So Larry, you can go ahead with a question.
Or not. I mean,
Larry.
we're here anyways.
Oh, I think we lost Larry. So we will go back to conversation.
Really not working for me. Hi again.
Hi. I guess I'll take this this moment. So I want to continue on this conversation about the ships. What are the chances of a Gabe and Eden ship happening?
I knew you were going to ask that.
Look, I'm a shipper, and I ship it.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
Would our ship name be Geeden or Abe Ibe.
There's no good ship name, and when there's no good ship name, you know that it's not.
No.
No,
Eden cannot stand Gabe.
Yeah,
So
I
I
don't think Gabe can stand Eden either, which, sometimes that leads to more chemistry. In this case, it's more like just like pain,
Yeah,
violence.
it's very toxic.
It would be a
toxic
poor relationship. It really would be.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thought I'd ask.
No. Yeah. I mean, maybe we'll see.
Thanks.
Hey, let the fans think what they want, but
Thank
My
you.
friend, literally, anytime I post a picture of like the both of us, she's like, "Oh my god, date!" And I was like, "Girl, girl, stop." My friends
No
think you're
comment.
cute, Griffin. My friends think you're cute.
Well,
All right,
that's
we're gonna
nice of them.
go on to Mike one more time.
Are they blind?
All right. Again, for
Continuing on.
Griffin,
Yeah,
what
what's
has
up?
been your favorite? What was your favorite scene to film out of this season?
Out of this season? Oh boy, that's a tough question. I think when someone asks me what my favorite movie is, it really depends on the day, or the day of the week. It depends on what movie I'm vibing with in that exact moment. And I feel like it's the same with these scenes during the season. We would film one episode and then I'd be like, wow, I've never had more fun on this set. And then a few weeks later, I'd be like, wow, I've never had more fun on the set. It's easier for me to choose the scenes that I did not have as much fun filming, which would be there was one episode where we shot the entire episode outdoors and at night in the dead of winter, and it was literally like negative 20 degrees for 2 weeks straight. And even though it was like brutal to film, I still had a great time. So it's easier for me to choose my least favorite. I think if I had to choose a favorite, it would probably be the climax of the season, episode 10. There's a big showdown. And, that was a lot of fun to film because I got to have some real emotional scenes and just a lot of high stakes, which are always fun to film with people that you love working with. So I think that was the most intense and the most fun for me.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right, I think we have time for one more quick question so we can circle back to Down and Nerdy again. And that will be the last question for this session.
Alrighty, one more. Let's kind of keep in that theme a little bit. For the both of you, who is someone that you wish you had more scenes with this season?
Ooh, nice question. Jesse Camacho, Doug Brazil, Savini squad member. Yes, he's one of my best friends, and he's just such a hoot to be on set with. He's just a bundle of joy and so good. We had our little moment in first season of the like, bye, I love you. And yeah, I love Jesse Camacho. So.
Oh man, that's a really tough question. Because I really enjoyed everyone I did scenes with. And now I have such a broad list. I feel like if I leave someone out, it's gonna be really mean. But let's see. Jesse is a yes. I absolutely loved working with Connor, and we honestly did not get enough scenes this season. I have a bunch of scenes with Amelia and Patrice, but that love triangle dynamic is a lot of fun to play with, and I wish I had more scenes with the two of them together. I had scenes, with separately, but all together would have been a lot of fun. And Aaron Ashmore, Uncle Dunk, just love that guy's energy.
Hunky dunky.
Awesome, thanks, guys.
Thank you, James.
Just
so for the journalists,
pick whichever answer you want.
Journalists, I'm going to move you guys into a holding room before you go into your next interview.
Can I go to the washroom?
Whoever you
really
guys
quickly?
interview next, go tell them I said hi.
Oh yeah, sure, go ahead.
Thank you.
10-1.
We just started. She's breaking the seal early.